Hi there, today I'm talking about this. Yep, it's a bag cover. It's the Carribrite Hi-Viz backpack cover. So what's it doing on a tech channel? Well, it interested me and I bought it because it has these 6 LEDs built into it. I thought the idea of having a backpack cover without the hassle of having to have other lights attached to it and things, and having the actual LEDs built into it was a really nice one. And as soon as I saw this one, I looked for others just to kind of compare prices like you do, and I can't find anybody else doing that. I don't know whether that's just because it's absolutely pointless or because just no one else has done it yet. But this is a product that has them built in, and they're nicely built in. They're not flimsy in any way. The cover itself is made out of thick material. In fact, it weighs a fair bit itself. And these are nicely built in to the Hi-Viz section here. And you can, you sometimes might expect these to be quite flimsy, but they're not flimsy at all. They're nice. It's all nicely made. You've got an additional pouch here, which contains a zipped pocket section. So this is all waterproof, of course. And that goes down to about here. So allows you to put whatever you want in there. You could probably put another light in there if you wanted to. This retails for £20. I bought it directly from the Carribrite website, which is just a company that is based in small premises in the UK somewhere, I think, from what I could see. And they sent it to me within 2 days, standard post, no problems at all. But it does cost £20, which is a little bit more than you might pay for a backpack cover otherwise. So the LEDs themselves are powered from this. So inside the cover, you have just another small pouch. And in there is a battery box containing, fantastically, 3 AA's. Yes, not AAA's. Thank God for that. AAA's are overused, in my opinion. Make everything AA, because the extra capacity they provide is just so much better than AAA. If you put some decent capacity nickel metal hydride AA cells in there, I reckon you'll get some decent life out of these. They claim 150 hours, and I don't think that would be a problem at all. There's only 6 LEDs. They're not massively bright, but they don't really need to be, because they are put through these lenses. So if you see them sort of dead on in the right way, they really are quite bright. But they're more about just sort of saying you're here. It's not about blinding somebody. It's just about saying, announcing your presence to somebody. So there's only 6. I've got strips of LEDs that 3 AA cells will easily last 48 hours on. So 6 that aren't that bright, I think they could easily last 150 hours. I haven't used one batch of cells yet, so I'm not sure. I've put lithium cells in here, so I'm running them at 4.5 volts. They are powered on with a button above here, and you press it once and you get the lights on full. Press it twice, you get them flashing quickly like that, and press them 3 times and you get them flashing slowly. Press them again, you get them turned off. Other features, well, they have straps across the back. Not all backpack covers have straps across the back, but the only problem with these is it'll only work on the smaller bag sizes. This fits anything from 15 to 35 litres according to the manufacturer. My bag here is a Low Pro Fastpack BP250AW. It's a pretty big structured camera bag. And it fits. But you can't fasten these because they just don't stretch far enough around the back. It's a big stretch. And if this elasticated stuff, which is fine at the moment, stays fine, it'll work great on that. If this starts to fail or just become a bit crappy over time, then I reckon it'll sort of catch the wind too much underneath and possibly just pull off while I'm riding. But I've used it, tested it, works perfectly. Okay, so the main bad point about this bag cover, and it really is the only one, is this switch. This switch is too easy to press. I've had it in my bag already. I've only had this about a week. I've had this in my bag and it's just turned itself on, just purely from being moved around, because it's just too easy to tap. You can, of course, go into the battery box and turn the battery box off. The battery box has a separate switch itself, so you can turn it off in there and stop that from happening, but it's another step that you have to take. This should be harder to press, and that would probably solve it. Just make it just change the switch or something. Make it a proper like click, click, click. You know, I don't know what you would do to that, but it's too easy to press at the moment and has too much chance of just going on in your bag when you kind of fold it up. Because all you want to do with something like this is just fold it up, turn it around like that, and you know, stuff it in the top of your bag or something. And you can do it. It's no problem. It folds up pretty small and it's great. But you don't want to then come back to it and find the lights have been flashing all day, because 150 hours is fine, but not when 100 of those hours are in a bag. Anyway, that's pretty much my only complaint of the product. So, we tested it, and I got my mate to drive behind me and film in his car, and I rode on my bike, once with the backpack, once without the backpack. The footage came out absolutely useless, so I'm not going to use it today, but it did give me some stuff to talk about. Firstly, from a driver's perspective, the question is, do you actually even need these? He said when he was driving, he could see the bag cover and the Hi-Vis so much that the LEDs just weren't doing anything. I mean, they were just, he just said, when the batteries run out, don't bother replacing them because they're just not necessary. However, when I watched the footage back, as bad as it was, what I noticed is that the sections when I drop out of his headlight beam, so I'm not being lit up quite so much by his headlight beam, the lights kept doing what they're supposed to do and drew attention to me and just sort of made me spot, the bike's turned the corner right there, there you are. But thing is, you could see my bike lights anyway, so I don't know, it's a bit higher up. I'm not absolutely sure whether you even need the LEDs at that stage when you've got decent lights on your bike. But I think many people out there will say anything that is additional to what you have that draws attention to you as a rider is a good thing. Yeah, so, I mean, really not too sure whether you need it, but the backpack itself does a great job, but, you know, that's not what we're really here to test. So there we go, that's about it. That's all I can say. That's from Carribrite, and I'll put a link to their website in the description below. But thank you for watching, and if you like the channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, or if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you don't like the product, well, for whatever reason you want. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you soon.